Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. All right, so some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past with this individual. It could also be a current connection that you have. Could be a situationship, but it could also be that you've met this person and you know there's a whole lot of energy. There's something special there, even spiritual in a way, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self, get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. Wow, Scorpio. Oh my goodness. Everything is perfect, everything is beautiful, but you have this one card here. Wild Woman. Talks about sneaky behavior, not being very truthful. Your person is in love with you. 2 cards, biggest in this deck for love. This is how I interpret these cards. Love and feelings and emotions. All right, so I'm going to go over the cards first. We have here growth followed by inspiration, energy, wild woman, love, feelings and emotions, nourishment, play, and under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have ecstasy. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Scorpio, everything in this connection that has happened, I know and I feel that it has been all too sudden. It happened suddenly. It's a very intense connection. I feel it too. And to some degree, I feel that it's a very spiritual connection as well. I never really got a chance to know you. Between you and I, this was just very much rushed. The energy. It's just a rush. And now I want to learn more about you. I want to be with you, but I also want to grow with you. To learn more about your past, about your childhood, and your plans far into the future. Because now I realize I never really understood who you were. I never really got to know you. I also feel the sense of inspiration that I get from you. You make my world come to life. Before, everything was just black and white, and you make it all color. The world now looks better, smells better, tastes better, feels better, simply knowing that you're there. I also feel that you have inspired me to create things, to learn new things. You make me want to live my life. And there's a part of you that makes me feel very grounded. This part is very spiritual, very personal. But there's something about you that makes me feel as if I've already known you from before. And I know the things that I have done, they may just be unforgivable. You gave me a whole lot of love. You put faith in me. You trusted me. And yet this treachery for you now is beyond belief. How could I do the things that I did? How could I lie to you? How could I be so untruthful? I know in this connection now there's this level of deceit, deception, suspicion. I have spoken words, but I have taken out a few sentences here and there. What you don't know won't hurt you, or will it? By me omitting things, taking out information, does that mean that I'm lying to you? I guess in your eyes it does. There has been this sneaky behavior. I tried to get away with things, but I got caught. And despite all this, despite all the things that have happened, it's the strangest thing. I have fallen in love with you, and I've fallen deeper ever since the distance. I've realized now that I have this strange, unconditional love for you. This love is clean. It's just pure love, true, sacred. And you have this way of stirring my emotions. You know how emotional I can get. But you don't know you have this effect on me, because I don't really show it to you. But I do have feelings and emotions for you. When you're happy, I'm happy. And when you're sad, my world falls apart, and I don't know what to do about it. I also feel that I have found the perfect mate. Someone who I can call my own. You have this way of fulfilling me, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You have these talents, you have this ability. And I also feel that you are my best friend, my confidant, someone who I can have fun with, someone who I can play with. In your eyes, I see mischief, I see youthfulness. You make me feel vibrant, alive, brilliant. And I love that feeling. I feel young again. Right now, overall, I do know there's something about you, not just the physical now, but the emotional. There's something about you that makes my soul happy. Not just the body, but something beyond that. And I love it, and I admire it, and I do miss it. The things that I have said and done. I can't change the past, but I do know now that there's a part of me that simply just wants to restart and get to know you more. Get to learn more about the real you. I want to grow with you. All right, Scorpio. This is a very beautiful reading. We hardly ever get such gorgeous, happy, beautiful cards. And these feelings and emotions that you have, this is partnership material. This is marriage material. This is somebody who really is in love with you. One of the biggest issues, however, is what happened here. Your person of interest was not truthful. At some point in time, things turned out to be not what they appeared to be. You were in this connection, you trusted this person, but something here happened where they actually broke your trust. And that's been a problem. What I find odd and a little strange is that ever since that time, your person of interest has had a lot of time to think. And instead of keeping their distance from you emotionally, they've actually fallen now deeper in love than ever before. In this deck, the way I interpret this deck is very different. Many of you know that. For me, these two cards are the biggest in terms of love. We have here love, and we also have here feelings and emotions. Only 2 cards. Now, in this deck, there's just 2 cards, but in the spread, you got both cards, right? So this does show me that there is a whole lot of love in this connection, definitely coming from you, but also coming from this person. And for some of you, this may have been a connection that was very quick and intense. You may have met, I'm seeing some of you met online. I'm seeing the words met online. Some of you have, and it was very intense, and it may have just kind of escalated very fast. Now, the problem is, when that happens, things do spiral out of control. That's the downside to when things happen all of a sudden, because there's no real growth, right? And that's why this person wants to grow. They want to get to know you more, the actual you, the real you. All right, let's have a look at another deck here. I have the Lover's Path Tarot. For those of you who are new, this deck I like to read in the reverse. And also the first set of cards that I just saw, that is the current status of your person of interest. Here, I like to go a little bit into the past. Your past and this person's past. What happened that may have caused the situation to go downhill? So things were going great. You know, it was sudden, but things were going fine. All of a sudden, just went right downhill. Some of you may never receive the closure that you wanted, that you deserved. This person may have abandoned you. They may have ghosted you. They may have faded over time. They may have communicated less and less, and to the point where now it's just, you're just wondering, are you even together anymore? You know, where did this go? What is happening? It's very confusing. Hopefully, these cards will be able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance so that you may know what to do forward. Now, keep in mind, this is a general love reading. It's not a personal reading, right? So it's not going to resonate for everybody, but do take what resonates and see what you can do accordingly. We have here 5 of Arrows and Innocence. With the 5 of Arrows, this talks about how back in the day there was a lot of struggle. Distrust. There was arguments. Here it talks about a disingenuous surrender. Feeling defeat because of indecisiveness. A sense of paranoia and dishonesty. So this is something that was happening, a lack of trust that leads to conflict. So there was a lack of trust in this connection because it happened quite quickly, or whatever happened in this connection, there was just a lack of trust. For some reason, this person did not trust you. Now, hurt people, right? People who have been hurt may end up hurting others, unknowingly sometimes. Your person of interest here had a lack of trust simply because something happened in their past where they have not been able to trust, or somebody did not trust them. They got hurt, and now it's like they don't trust anybody else. Or somebody hurt them, and they don't trust anyone else. Here we have a lack of trust that leads to conflict. You guys may have had a few arguments too about your true intentions, or I'm seeing the word misunderstood and misunderstandings. So I am seeing that. The need for more self-protection and caution discomfort or struggle with a particular situation. A disingenuous surrender, meaning that somebody had surrendered, but it wasn't real, it wasn't true, right? It's like you're going out and one person says the sky is green and the other just agrees to it. Yeah, it's green. It's not blue. It's green. Definitely it's green. Okay, let's just go. Because they don't want to argue. They just surrender simply for the sake of surrendering because they don't want to argue. They don't want to make a big scene out of this. Now, defeat. This person also felt defeated regarding this connection because of indecisiveness. They also felt paranoid. Paranoid. So why would one feel paranoid? Because of that lack of trust. So even if, guys, even if you were so close in this relationship, they may have been, and that sneaky card, the wild woman card that we had earlier over here, typically that's what your person of interest is feeling. But right now in this case, I can also see that they were suspecting that from you. They were thinking that you were not genuine. And it talks about how they were paranoid. This paranoia is exactly what kept this person at a distance. They did not want to move forward because they were very indecisive. And they themselves were being quite dishonest with their feelings at the time. But they also felt that dishonesty coming from you. Now, mind you, Scorpio, you might have been absolutely 100% truthful, right? Sometimes, even if a good thing is staring us right in the face, we're not going to recognize it. We don't think it's true because we end up saying that's too good to be true, right? It's very rare to get into a connection where everything does work out. And all of a sudden, if you meet somebody and if, they just dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and the checklist is filled, and you know that this person just ticks all those boxes, you sometimes wonder, is this even happening? Is this even true? This is too good to be true. And then that sense of that lack of trust comes in, right? That dishonesty, that feeling of paranoia. No, maybe it's just me. Like maybe I'm just thinking the wrong way. Maybe this person is nasty and I'm just being led on. Your person of interest here had a problem, and that problem was internal, and it was what their impression was of others and how they viewed you. Unfortunately, how they viewed you was based on what had happened in their past. Here we have innocence. Innocence is interesting because this talks about how this person was ignoring their better instincts. There's a sense of cynicism and pessimism. Again, the key word here, distrust of the self or of others. So this talks about how one did not want to take a new venture, how one did not want to be naive and innocent anymore, how there was a lack of trust. And because of that, there's a lack of optimism. Key word, guys, here, honestly, is distrust, right? Wow. Trust is a huge thing. Respect, trust, compassion, all that kind of stuff. Those things are very important in any relationship. But I am seeing a key theme here. Distrust, right? Your person of interest here had some issues regarding putting their faith in people, trusting them. And unfortunately, that's what happened here. So this is what I'm getting, and I'm seeing this all come together right now. The first set of cards you just had, it talks about how things just happen very suddenly. Things may have been quite energetic, very emotional. They also may have been very physical, but your person of interest took a step back. The reason why they took a step back, because they did not know if this was true or not. They did not trust you. Now, what happened after that is they actually have fallen in love with you, but they still don't trust you. That's the problem. They don't even know that. So some of you have somebody in your life who has suspicion, and some of you have somebody who has gone over that. They've finished all that off now, and they actually do miss you. And they don't suspect you anymore. They don't have trust issues, but now they feel it's too late. And that's why they want to grow. That's why they want to restart that connection. So, yeah, you guys got into a connection with somebody that had trust problems, trust issues, and then after everything just kind of faded away, then they realized that, no, this is not what it was. I'm completely thinking of this situation in a different way. Scorpio's not like that. That's what they realized. And that's why you did get the growth card, because they want to grow and get to know you more. They want to restart that connection. So guys, trust was the issue here, okay? It wasn't truly something that you did. It was just the way this person came into this relationship. That's what they went through before. They had trust issues. And they were paranoid. Literally, they had the word paranoid there. So paranoia is huge, right? Somebody does not want to just give their heart away. But now this person currently has done that. They are completely in love with you. And it's like they're willing to go out on a limb at this point. They just want it. They want you. But they know now that they also were very sneaky and they were doing things behind your back. They were not that trusting. And that has become a problem. All right, I have here the Beginner's Tarot. Here I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. All right. Interesting. They're all major arcanas. The Moon, Temperance, Judgment, Strength. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have here the Four of Cups. Now starting with the Four of Cups, because it envelops all of this. What I see here is your person of interest is waiting to see what reaction you're going to have. What move are you going to make? Because they're not only feeling bored, but they're feeling depressed. They have realized that, you know what, there was a lot of opportunities in the past and I could have taken them. I could have moved forward in this connection, but I didn't. Now they're having a lot of regrets, but they're also still doubting themselves. For this reason, with the Moon card, they now realize that their actions have been very nasty towards you. They realize that they have betrayed you. In this connection, they feel that there have been lies and betrayal. Now, this is very rare for me to get this. Actually, I hardly get the Moon card. But this is what they feel towards you and what their intentions are, right? What I am seeing, two stories here, guys. For some of you, they do feel that you betrayed them and that you were telling lies. And for a teeny tiny portion of you, that could be true. But for the majority of you, this person felt that they were the one who betrayed you and who lied. And you did have that as the Wild Woman card earlier, where we have sneaky behavior. Doing things behind someone's back. Here, doing things in the dark, in the shadows, not showing the truth in the light. Eventually, this person is going to start to change their mindset. And they're going to realize that there needs to be a better balance in this connection, which is also why you had the growth card. Having that better balance, being able to move forward in this connection in a positive way, in an equal way. They also feel this connection is divinely guided. You also have another card here, Judgment, where there's a feeling of being divinely guided. Second chances. Your person of interest, going forward, wants something completely different now. Now they want openness, honesty, clarity, non-judgmental. They want to have that sort of a relationship moving forward. So, Scorpio, do they want a relationship with you? Yes, they do. 100%. Yes, they do. Do they want to restart? Yes, they do. Do they want to have something a bit different, a bit better than before? Yeah, they do. They don't want things to be the same as they once were. This person now wants things between the both of you to be very honest and open communication. You see where that trust was and that lack of trust and distrust, all that stuff, right? This person doesn't want that anymore. And they want it to just to be like a clean slate. We also have here strength. This means that earlier, your person of interest, Scorpio, did not have the strength to move forward. They just could not. They didn't feel like they could. To move on. To be bigger and better than what they were. They did not have the courage. They did not have the wisdom or the strength. But now, because of a few things that have happened in this connection, it's almost as if it's like a life-changing experience. Their thought process, their mindset has changed now. And now they're finally thinking, you know what? I'm not going to ignore my bliss. With the Innocence card, they were ignoring their bliss. I'm going to finally chase it. I'm going to come around and I'm going to try to be with my Scorpio. This is what your person of interest feels right now. However, they are aware how much they hurt you. How much distrust now is in this connection. They do feel this, they know this now, because of the things that they have done. It's actually quite upsetting for them because they thought that, things could move forward. However, it's like this big boulder that's stuck in time. It just does not move forward. Everything that this person did, they're trying to gain the strength to move that boulder so that finally the roadway ahead is clear. Because what they did, they're not happy about, especially with the Four of Cups here. All right, guys, just going to do a quick prayer. All right. I have here Archangel answer cards, and these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, as well as Uriel. A year from now, many of you are probably rolling your eyes. Followed by let go. Helpful people. Reconsider, communication. Followed by abundance under the bottom of the deck. The overall arching theme, we have choose a new direction. All right, so we have here, first card's the strongest, a year from now. It may take from now until the next few months for your person of interest to get out of that Four of Cups type mood, to finally gain the courage and the strength, like you have the Strength card, to get out of that state of the Moon where they know that they've lied. Also, there's betrayal in this connection. It's going to take them a while. Not only that, but remember, they're going through this phase where they think there's a lot of distrust. They are paranoid, right? That is going to take time. I used the word mindset before, and this is exactly it here. Their mindset has to change, but it may literally take a year. For some of you, you're going to be like, no, I can't wait that long, and that is okay. Here, you also have, yes, it's okay to let go. So for some of you, you are going to decide to let go of this individual, and you're going to decide to move on, and that's okay. You do have here, choose a new direction. So some of you are actually going to want to leave this individual because you can't wait that long. And just because somebody does love you doesn't mean that we'll always end up being with that one person. Sometimes people do love you and they are not with you, and they can't be with you because of their circumstances. So here we have let go. Now let go of the pain, let go of the belief-related issues, let go of the individual. Here we also have helpful people. Helpful people talks about you talking too. So you letting go, but also focusing on yourself, meeting some old friends, talking to some people that you trust, people that can give you good advice regarding relationships. We also have here reconsider. So do reconsider what it is that you're going to say and do in regards to this situation, in regards to the decisions that you're going to make. These people who are helpful people will be able to give you that information. When you do, you will get the chance to communicate clearly with this individual. Eventually, you are going to communicate with them. When you do, make it short and sweet, make it to the point. Don't drag it on because people do get lost in the details. We also have here abundance. With abundance, it talks about how there is going to be a lot of abundance coming into your life after you let go. And you have no idea, but there's a lot of abundant people in your life too. There's abundance in terms of the friendships that you have, the relatives that you have. There's people that actually do care for you. You may not know this, you may not think this, but it is important for you to go out there and talk about your issues with somebody. Maximum, I would say 2 to 3 people. Because it does show that when you do, you're going to get some type of information from them. And then you can reconsider what it is that you're going to say, which is the communication part. Now, what's interesting about helpful people, it could also be like blog posts. It could be research material, right? It could be a YouTube video. It could be any sort of resource created by a person to help you, to educate you regarding this type of a situation or this type of a relationship. The overall arching theme you have here is choose a new direction. So there's 2 things here. For some of you, you may actually choose a completely new direction because your friends and your family are going to give you some insight here, and you're going to decide to reconsider what it is that you want. So you are literally going to choose a new direction. You're not going to stay on the same path. You're going to move towards something else or someone else. For others of you, here it does talk about choosing a new direction, meaning it's important that you change your method of approach. In order to get a different result, you need to change your method. If you keep the method the same, then the result is going to be the same. But if you end up changing it a bit, then things will be different. And it's important for you to change things up a bit. Don't communicate with this person as much as you used to. Let them have their own space. They need that time to think about who they are, what they've done, and how they're going to move forward. Here, for some of you that may be wondering, and this deck, it only goes up to a year from now. It does not go up to like 3 years or 5 years from now. And if this did pop up last year, it just simply means that this is not the right time. It's still going to take this person some time. And if this is new for you, this could be from now until next year. It could also be just the next few months. But I do see that your person of interest here has a lot of interest. They have a lot of interest in you. And they feel that there is a lot of love. There's that feelings and emotions. There's also the love. So there is a lot of those sort of promising emotions and feelings here. The only thing is that whatever they have done in the past, whatever they have felt in the past, they need to overcome that. And once they do that, that's when they will end up reaching out to you. That's when they'll get that strength, right? That strength card. And to have that second chance. And then finally have the strength to do that. You have the judgment card, which is beautiful. Scorpio, that is your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do like to read the comments. I do try to read them as much as I can. And I also try to reply as much as I can. For those of you who are new, I do have another channel called Asnointia Audio, and I have videos, or rather recordings there that are audio recordings, on topics such as past lives and spiritual connections. I have one video on negative energies, what and who are negative energies. I also have a few videos on relationships, relationship-related advice, and that is most of the things that many of you have already gone through. So I've compiled all that sort of information, and I've put it together, and I've created those videos. So some of you may find that very helpful, because many of us go through the same things. Also, for those of you that are looking for personal readings, for those of you who are looking for that, I do personal readings, and you can please visit my website, www.asnointia.com, and you can look at the rates and packages section. From there, you will be able to see some of the packages that I do have. I do past life readings, and sometimes it's not always past life. Maybe I would say 4% of the time. Sometimes it is a future life, meaning you have not been scheduled to be together yet, but at some point in time, either this lifetime or the next, you'll be together. It's very rare, but that also happens. I also have love readings that I do, as well as the chakra checkup, which is a package that I've created to help you get rid of negative energies from your home, around your aura, and inside of your body. I also have some packages that are self-help guides, so please have a look at those too. Some of them are to help you get rid of negative energies from your life. It's important to get rid of negative energies because once they are gone, you're able to manifest things more easily into your life. The negative energies create blockages, and once they're gone, it's easy to manifest. Whatever is written in your book of life, whatever is owed to you karmically, it will come to you. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I usually don't ask in the end, but nowadays I'm going to, because people can't find me anymore. So I am going to please ask you to like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys, you all take care. Stay safe. I will see you guys again. Thank you. Bye now.